What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, we're doing a Wasianiverson VOD review. This guy is the GOAT. He's won 2 cups, and the 3rd cup starts tomorrow, so he's going for the 3-peat. I mean, if he was able to somehow win 3 cups in a row, it just seems so impossible in a game like TFT, but I mean, if he could do it, I mean, that would be GOAT status for Wasianiverson, and he's been grinding a lot of these international scrims here. You can see this lobby absolutely stacked. YBO1, Prestivant, Wet Jungler. I mean, some of the best players in the absolute world here playing in the scrim lobby. And so, I mean, I want to see this game, and I really want to see this game because this is a game where Wasian actually discovered a really interesting tech this game. And I say discovered, he did not know about this tech. He literally went back and reviewed this game afterwards to kind of discover what happened here. And so I want to review this game to show off that tech and also just to kind of talk about how this works and you know, when it makes sense to do it and all that kind of stuff. Before we get too far into the video, I do want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, so I'll be right back. Today's video is sponsored by Tacter. Look, I love Tacter. I've worked with them before on some TFT guides, and they just dropped a really cool new TFT app. This is basically the first of its kind, as far as I understand it. What this is you can come in, see your match history here, but you can see down at the bottom there, you have 1 free match review. I'm gonna click into this game that I just played a couple of days ago, click the free match review button, and then you're gonna see here, this is a review of what happened in this game, what went wrong for me, room for improvement. This is meant for newer players, mostly people below master tier who just want quick feedback on their games. You know, if you don't have time for an entire coaching session or something like that, you can just use this tool to get really good quick feedback. There's a ton of tabs here that I'm going to go through here. Game plan for the entire comp if you aren't familiar with this comp whatsoever. Items leads you to see what the BIS is on all of these different units, and kind of even really interesting, I love on the Singed there, they talk about, you know, what kind of items, how Singed fits into your item economy here. You can click in a board and see the entire board here. It's just everything that you would want to know how to play this comp. And like I showed earlier, it points out your mistakes. And this is my favorite piece of it, is the improve section. It shows all the issues that I had this game. I, you know, didn't make it to my level 9 cap. Maybe I got baited by an emblem here. I had a lot of items on, you know, Singed. Maybe I don't really want to have Singed holding as many items. And then I was also contested in this spot. So if you guys are interested, use the link there to download. This is kind of a new app that they are actively developing, so please give them any kind of feedback if you like it, if you hate it. You get 1 free review per day. If you get premium, you get unlimited reviews, and if you use my code, you get a 10-day trial of premium so you can review all your games, see what's going wrong, and get better. Thanks again to Tactar for sponsoring today's video. Thanks again to Tactar for sponsoring today's video. All right, let's get into augment selection. Advanced Loan, Patient Study, worth the wait. We have an okay start, actually. From Gold Start, Advanced Loan actually is pretty good odds of messing you up and potentially hitting Prismatic here. So I'm leaning away from that. Patient Study is like decent enough econ, worth the wait. We did unlock the LeBlanc here, which is really nice. Seraphim Staff is fine to play in this line, but I think you would just like the econ here. I'm not that confident we're gonna like 100 streak from this spot, even if we do take Seraphim Staff here. So yeah, we opt to take the Patient Study. I think this makes a lot of sense. Move the items down to the LeBlanc here. Gonna opt to not level up in this spot because we do have the Patient Study. So, you know, if we lose, it's actually totally chill. Honestly, maybe even a little bit preferable to take some like good losses here. But yeah, we are just going to chill on this board here with the Patient Study, make the Jarvan 2, I guess, who we might end up actually, you know, sell Jarvan and eventually get down the path of getting a Silas unlock. Maybe that's too wishful of thinking, but hey, I'd be down to see it here. But yeah, I mean, at this spot, we are just playing this Bruiser Invoker opener, which it's an okay opener. The biggest question whenever you are playing this opener is, what are we actually going to play mid to late game? Because, and really like late game is the big question. Because Bruiser Invokers, It's not that much of a comp, honestly. 4 Invoker is pretty mediocre when it comes to late game boards. You really don't want to end up in the spot where you're stuck playing like 4 Bruiser, 4 Invoker. And yes, you can fit Freljord and play Volibear and do all this kind of cool stuff. But the board just falls flat late game. It just feels quite underwhelming compared to a lot of other late game options. And so oftentimes I'll see people play this, I mean, in best cases into like Fast 9 style stuff. But when you're on a loss streak style like this, you know, you're not really allowed to just say, I'm going to go Fast 9 from this spot. I mean, we might die before we make it straight to 9 there. That is a Scion 2 if we can get it off carousel. And yeah, we are going to pick this up here. This is so funny. I was literally coaching someone today who had this exact same spot. Lost streak, Bruiser, Invoker, Opener, in to take Scion 2 off carousel. I mean, it's a great spot because now we have the Scion 2. He can actually start stacking us up here. We can pick up the Briar here to get 3 Noxes in on the board. And we have this Econ Augment, which will help us make it to level 9 without, or at least level 8. Level 9's a little optimistic here. Ooh, nice positioning from Wasian, just saying, when I fight that Rek'Sai person, I really do not want to allow that Rek'Sai to wrap because I'll die. I will straight up die if that Rek'Sai wraps here. So we might as well just try to position the Scion last second here. Just good fundamentals from Wasianiverson. Not, I mean, this is a scrim, and he is not taking any shortcuts here. He is trying to position, even stage 2 to get his best positioning. Though now this, it's a little scary that Rek'Sai's all the way over there. But yeah, we're still gonna try to, gonna flicker scout the Rek'Sai player. The second that we see that they move over to the left side, we're chilling here, and we can just put everything here. But yeah, gonna take a nice 3 loss here. Might actually. That is a Kappa Juice Jhin here. Okay, we are going to win. Wait a minute. I think, yeah, this is actually... Oh, this is so funny. I didn't even realize. This game is the game that I reviewed from YBI1 from Wasian's POV. I was like, why does this lobby look so familiar? Okay, so dude, this is kind of crazy. I wonder, wouldn't it be crazy if I did something like that where like for 8 days, I VOD reviewed every single different person's POV from a lobby. I mean, somebody in that lobby would be going 8th, so maybe it wouldn't be that fun. But it's actually kind of cool to see because we didn't really get to look at Wasian's POV so much. But we do get to see this. My God. Duplicator into LeBlanc 2. So now we are just... Our mid game is solved. Like we can just sit on this board for a while here, really until like end of stage 4, and we'll be pretty stable here. So not upset about that at all here. We definitely have the mid game figured out. The question at this point is just late game and ensuring that we do 5 streak this stage. Because I mean, maybe somebody high rolls even harder than us. All right, second augment here, high voltage glass cannon care package. I guess I'm looking most at care package here, but we'll see what Wasian wants to take. And high voltage just give you that MR shred, which is kind of nice, but it's just, I don't know. I haven't seen somebody take this augment in a while. I'm not sure. I mean, it should be fine, but yeah, it just doesn't feel that good. He is offering glass cannon here. I'm too afraid of glass cannon without any way of getting some kind of healing onto our LeBlanc here. It's just very scary that she could just get blown up by some random thing late game. So we are going to take this and then make the steadfast heart here because Gargoyle's a pretty yucky item in general here, so we're just going to make the solid tank item in Steadfast and then leave the cloak open for any kind of other tank item in the spot here. It balances our frontline and backline components really, really nicely here. 4 backline, 3 frontline item components is pretty nice. That is a Yunara there, wow, on that at enemy board here. I think I talked about that when I was watching 501. I was like, how did this guy high roll Yunara already? So, I mean, sometimes people high roll in Teamfight Tactics. It's pretty unfortunate. Well, actually, it's really cool when I do it. But when other people do it, what's going on? What are we doing here, Mort Dog? But, I mean, yeah, this stage is super, super chill. Only question is, what do you want to take off Carousel here? Do we want to finish a sign item? Do we want to start building towards more damage items for the LeBlanc here? I mean, I would not mind at all just picking up an Ionic Spark here off this rod here. Tier for Adaptive doesn't sound that bad here. Declaw, yeah, he's scouting to see how AP heavy the lobby is, and the answer is, like, not really. There's a Yunara player. I mean, there's a Slayers player. There's actually, like, a lot of AD out there. So we are going to pick up the rod here. Be quite open to making the Spark Slam here. Kind of funny that we level for the Zoe here, because if we do slam the Spark, then it's kind of going to be repetitive. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's an item. Guarantees we have the MR Shred uptime prior and after, so we cast. So I think if we fight somebody strong, we will make the slam here. And yep, Wasian is going to do it. Good fundies from Wasianiverson here. Yeah, throwing the throwing the Kennen into Team Planner there, or at least thinking about it, because if we do want to play a Fast 9 Ryze board, we do need this Kennen. And I think the question for Wasianiverson here is just, you know, how confident are we that we can truly make it to level 9 in this spot? Because we have Econ from Patient Study here. We're on a 5 streak, which is pretty good, but that's still a decent jump to 9. I think the question is, do we maintain our streak this stage? Do we win this last fight here against K Bao Bao, who has a very nice board here? At least we are positioned such that the Yunari does not end up hitting our backline here. But yeah, I mean, it's a scary board, and yeah, I think it is going to be a loss for us. Yeah. Rough for Mr. Iverson here. We do not get our 5 streak here. I mean, to be fair, we got this entire stage for free. So, like, I mean, can you really be that sad about like only 4 streaking there? Probably not. I think it's pretty chill. But yeah, we pick up that little bit of extra XP. I guess it puts us on even XP for Patient Study for now. So that's kind of chill. Items here. We do not have any heal cut at this point. You can make it. I mean, you can make it Nashor's Sunfire. Nashor's blue buff's like a little bit awkward. Yeah, he's gonna have to make Warmogs here. You don't really want to make Nashor's. The only downside is it does kill our heal cut components here. So he's gonna open a Reforge, and then he finds Adaptive Helm, a very solid backline item. Okay, and then this also leaves Bow open for like a red buff down the line. The other thing is, you know, if we do end up playing towards a Ryze, which we'll see. The red buff is going to be a lot better than something like a Sunfire, just because you know, the Ryze spreads heal cut, MR shred, all this kind of stuff really, really nicely. The spark already, obviously, you know, just has to end up on frontline. But yeah, all right. Last aug here. I mean, I never hate a last second saving comps like this. Big Rabag feels really nice to me in TFT in general. Ooh, is he looking at the new? Oh. Do you just take Explosive Growth and go 9 here? He's looking at Gilded Steel. Yeah, you take Explosive and go 9 here. I think this makes a lot of sense. We have a strong mid-game board. We can level here, unlock the Volibear here, which is like really, really nice to get that mid-game stabilization for Bruiser. And the Explosive Growth just unlocks the ability to go Fast 9 here. If we didn't have this, it'd be a bit sketchy. With Explosive Growth, I think you can definitely take the Fast 9 here, especially with these early upgrades that we found. The LeBlanc, the Scion here makes the spot look really, really, really nice here. So this is a great pickup for Wasianiverson. You know, any losses that we do take this stage, as long as we don't take too many, are just going to fuel our Fast 9 here. He does have to team planner out and unlock this Kennen, though. That is actually an important thing here. He has to hold on to the Yordles, the Defenders, the Ionians, because he needs to unlock this Kennen on minion round, or else we are not going to have all the traits that we need for this this line. So yeah, I fully expect us to hold Lulu here. Yep, very, very good holds. They have made Kennen easier to unlock on this patch. It's still not free though. Like, you still have to think and use your brain to unlock this this Kennen unit. He's holding Leona for some reason. Why? Am I crazy? Why does he hold Leona there? It's not like Leona has a trait for Kennen, right? I don't know what that is. I mean, unless he's like, I must play Leona here. Opts to take red buff, though. Gets the heal cut. Very, very nice. Okay. Like, does he want to play this unit on his board? I mean, you could. It gives you heal cut. But who are you cutting here? Briar? Dropping out of Noxus just to get Leona in? I don't know. Unless he's... This would be, if somehow Wasianiverson was like, yeah, I'll take the Leona, and then I hit Leona too, and I play A-Soul from this spot. That might be the strangest A-Soul spot I've ever seen. And he ends up selling the Leona. Okay. Why not? Who cares? Who needs +1 gold? Not me. All right, Volibear gets the red buff for now. Decent enough holder of it. Not amazing, but he'll use the attack speed, and we don't have anybody else to throw it onto. Later, it will move over to the Ryze, very likely. But for now, it can be pretty good on the bear here. Also, my God, this LeBlanc unit, 9,000 damage. The Volibear. It's actually a really nice win to take here because it was looking a little bit sus, you know, our ability. Like, if we took loss into loss, it'd be a little bit sus here. Instead, it's actually pretty chill here. And yeah, Wasian's so rich, he opts to level here to pick up the Ryze to make it easier to do the transition next round. So he's going to unlock Ryze on minions, then unlock the Kennen very likely, and the set on minions, and then yeah, our life is actually going to be really, really, really nice here with this setup here. So Ryze unlocked here. Wukong gonna sell out of this stuff. Yeah, just gonna start pivoting the board, but he does, remember, have to hold up enough units so that we unlock the Kennen and unlock the set as well. Man, Unlocks are like actually really, really cool, but also like really, really tough. But man, this is just like a crazy half pivot round. We don't really want to roll until we unlock this set here. Need to sell off anything that's not useful on bench. Gonna pick up all these upgrades, and then we're gonna sell everything that we don't need and start pivoting into the board. Beautiful pivot here. Just looking for the Lissandra to get in on this board over the Scion, I believe. And then yeah, we're gonna continue to roll down here. Actually, yeah, no, over the okay, the board is not done here. He gets most of it in here, but he does not have the set in for Ionia. Is going to we're making too many items too fast. Wasianiverson, you're too much of a beast, man. He gets the lucky item chest here, which is really nice for the bear actually, because we don't really have bear items here. He's also making adaptive here, so he's thinking of keeping red buff on the bear, it looks like, and he's just going to crack this, hope for like a Titans or something. Doesn't get it, so he's just going to finish off a GS onto the bear here. Okay, I mean, he's got enough defensive stats with the Styrax here, so not the end of the world here. All right, we need to get to our board here. Oh, but he doesn't have he's missing Shen, which is the really annoying thing. This is how we want to fit Ionia on this board. We can, yeah, just do this for now, though, and this also allows us to do kind of everything here. Gets us the Ryze 2, which is going to stabilize us so hard, and we can move items over to the Taric here, who not normally your main tank on this board, but I mean, good enough in this spot here. So yeah, I mean, we have Ryze 2, we have the bear. Funny thing is, this fight still looks a little bit sketchy, but we do at least pick up the win there. 18 HP. If we had lost that fight, we'd actually be in super danger of bot 4ing. We do also have this dupe that we picked up, which the other scary thing is everybody else has a dupe. We need to make sure that there's no like 3-star 4 cost this game, but we do get to dupe the bear here. And is this the fight? I think this might be, yeah, this is the fight where Wasianiverson, like a beast, but accidentally makes a genius positioning call here, though it's not actually, it's not relevant just yet. Though this is actually pretty good positioning to allow the bear to walk back. He ends up going to frontline here, but nothing crazy yet. Hold for one more second until we fight the person that we need to fight here, so I can show you guys this really cool positioning tech. I mean, we have items done on every. I mean, you're still looking for the last bear item, I guess. Move red buff down and take IE. Looks very reasonable here. You know, the red buff is like whatever on bear, and the Lissandra can hold onto the red buff pretty decently here as a support item. There's another Wukong here. Wukong 2 would be pretty nice here. He's hovering some stuff for fun here. Yep, this moves up here, and then red buff down there. Beautiful. Wasian confident enough here to say that he's not even going to roll at all here. Is this? I think this might be it. This is the fight. All right. So what's going on with this positioning? Honestly, it's probably better to let you watch it yourself here. So what happens with this positioning is Volibear walks up, aggroes onto the set, and then follows the set to backline and bites Crime and bites the backline there and wins you the entire fight. Now let's replay here to kind of talk through what actually happens here, and let's bring down the speed to 1x so we can actually talk through this here. There's a lot that actually occurs here. First of all, is that set on the edge with Volibear back here on the 3rd row. Even on the 2nd row, he would do this, but you like him on the 3rd row so that he can get the damage amp from Freljord. What happens is Volibear aggroes onto the set, right? Set, and this is what most people who play Ionia want. They want set to take aggro first so that he dies and drops aggro. One important thing, though, actually, Volibear 3rd row is actually quite consequential here because the set walks over to the right here. The set walks over to the right here and occupies this hex. This is actually another really important, a critical piece of this, is set occupies this hex here, because something interesting with set is when set dies here, when set drops aggro for the first time, this hex, you can see these units walk around this hex. This hex here is technically still occupied by set, even though he's walking back here, even though he's not on the board here. You can see these units kind of curve around this hex, even though there's no unit in it, right? Normally they would walk through this hex to the bear here, but because of the way that set works, you can see Volibear turns around and walks around this hex. So Koboko, who's on the edge, who is actually a very important piece of this, Koboko, who started on the edge here, aggroed onto the set here, Koboko walks up first because he is further to the left than Volibear. So Koboko starts walking up, starts walking to frontline, and what this does is it pushes Volibear back. Volibear says, well, I can't walk the same path that Koboko is walking. I have to walk all the way up to here, and then once he reaches here, it's actually not even a 50-50 to go backline. This hex is occupied, this hex is occupied, so I'm just going to walk straight to the backline here and then kill the Annie. So this is the way that this positioning works. It's really, really, really cool, and is completely replicable if they do put a set there. This is obviously, exploiting the fact that Set does occupy the hex, well, not even occupy the hex that he was in when he dies. So anybody who does have a Set like this on the edge who can do this versus, and the great thing is all Set players do this. Every Set player puts a Set out here on the edge because they want their Set to die first and drop aggro. You'll see this fight, boom, the exact same thing happens. Volibear walks straight to the backline again here and just kills the enemy backliner. And, this is actually the dream scenario here where the Volibear and the Set are on the same side as the enemy backliner. And both times it was the case there. So if you want to anti this, just don't put the Set right there in such a spot where he can aggro onto your backline. It is a little bit harder to do on this side here because it's kind of easier for Set to end up blocking the side hex here, like essentially this hex here. But you can do a kind of similar thing here. We go to 10 here because we are so strong. Pick up another Ryze here, which we're going to duo carry 2 Ryzes. Holy, just maximum uptime on this Yordle and Freljord debuff here. Like, there is no chance people are not going to be debuffed on this board here. That is actually nuts here. But I mean, a solid duo carry, though it is a little bit, we're actually kind of lacking the damage to kill everything here. Oh my God. Take a loss here, top 3 locked in, YBY1 drops here. And I mean, this is looking like it's going to be our setup here. We do hit the Wukong here, which is nice. I'm actually kind of surprised he likes the second Ryze over Lucian Senna too, but he just says, you know what, another Ryze. Ryze is a really good unit with all these traits in, maximum uptime, especially on something like Red Buff that he applies so nicely to the whole board here. I mean, this actually does make a lot of sense here. Our Set's doing work here, though this is another really, really strong board. I don't know if we can outcap. Oh, it's really close. I think Ryze. Oh my God. I mean, that's a little bit unfortunate. Also, such a grimace of Wasianiverson. But hey, solid top 3 for Mr. Iverson here. But I mean, the main thing is this really, really cool positioning tech. Once again, just position exactly like this. You do need this unit in the corner so that it walks up to the same way, wraps around to block the bear. So keep it in mind if you want to wrap like this versus people who are playing Sets over here. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch from Metafy. The link to my Tacter link to get access to the app. Download the app and then use my code SIZA10 for 10 free days of a premium. Go check it out. Like I said, let them know everything you like, everything you don't like. They're actively developing this, so if you have feedback, it's very likely that they will take that into account. So go check it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.